Jim Wallis is the author of God's Politics.
Most elections are just rearrangements of power. Important ones, but that's what they are. They rearrange power. This was transformational in lots of ways. Politically, culturally, first black president, but generationally it was. Young people got involved like they never had before. And it was a religious shift, a big religious shift. There's now a new faith coalition in America. The election didn't cause it, it revealed it.
A new spin on old religious concerns?
Well, sanctity of life is still very important to people of faith. What's happening is I would call it a more consistent ethic of life that's inclusive of the 30,000 children who died today around the world because of hunger and poverty. Every day, that many children die, 30,000. That's a life issue too. Human trafficking, these are life issues. Darfur, the Congo, these are life issues too. So yes, sanctity of life is very important. Particularly a younger generation cares about that a lot. But we don't define it just as abortion. And on abortion, there's some new common ground being built now that abortion reduction becomes a real new place to stand. Whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, the need to dramatically reduce the abortion rate is now a growing commitment. That's in the Democratic platform. Barack Obama has said he is committed to abortion reduction. If he follows through on that, then he'll get support from all sides, because most Americans, they don't want to criminalize a desperate choice or a difficult choice, but they really want there to be far fewer abortions in America.
It's a faith voice that likely won't go down fighting over the U.S. culture war on marriage.
Those 30,000 children who died again today because of hunger and disease, I would think are closer to the heart of Christ than gay marriage amendments in California and Ohio. So a lot of young Christians care about marriage, they care about family, they don't see gay and lesbian people as the cause of family breakdown.
Rather, this coalition of faith groups from Pentecostal to historic Protestant and Catholic are calling on President Obama to do something they can agree on, to cut domestic poverty in half, something Jim Wallis knows Obama has a passion for.
We met, about 20 of us, for about 3 years, every 3 months. The least famous person in the group was a skinny young state senator from Illinois who showed up, named Barack Obama. And that was the beginning of a lot of good conversation. We always talked about three things. One is faith, because we were both progressive Christians, and it was the age of the religious right. So we didn't think that Jesus was mostly focused on capital gains tax cuts and the latest war that the U.S. was fighting, but maybe about the poor and about racial justice and about the need for peace. We talked about how the left and the right don't work as categories. They're political, not religious categories, and they prevent solutions and don't really help us find them. And then we talked about parenting, because we both were new fathers. My two boys are the same age as his two girls, exact same age, 10 and 5. So we talked about being good dads and how to be public people and still be good dads. So those are our recurring conversations over 10 years.
And now Wallis says it's time to pray for President Obama.
That he take care of his soul as President of the United States. Read Matthew 25 once a month, where Jesus talks about being hungry and naked and thirsty. And read it once a month to remember how your policies affect poor people. I'd say love your family. If you love he clearly loves Michelle and those two girls. And in loving his family, he'll help families across the world to love their families better. It's lead by example. And when that family comes out on the stage, you know, it does something for families around the world and people with young kids. Take care of your soul, love your family, and always remember those whom Jesus called the least of these.